Hey guys, today we're going to be having a look at another box from the folks over at Old School Crate. Old School Crate delivers retro games to your house. I was going to say actually every single month, but Old School Crate actually has now since changed to every other month. So every other month, and that's probably one of the reasons why you don't see this subscription box every single month here on the channel. It's because it arrives every other month. Every other month, though, you get games from the classic days of Nintendo, Sega, even some PlayStation, Game Boy, Game Gear, and so much more in there. So we're going to also get this opened up. And probably one of the things that you remember the most of Old School Crate is the cool wrapping paper that they use inside for the games. Let's hope that still stays consistent. I'm going to need myself a knife. And joining us for this is going to be Big Mama Red. Yes, she is still living with us. We're going to use Big Mama Red here, and we're going to get this cut open, the tape portion of it. One thing could be said, at least for Big Mama Red being around here, is that her blade is sharp, as well as her wit and sarcasm. We're going to go ahead and get this opened up. And first things first, we have ourselves some paper, some craft paper, which we really don't technically need. I suppose I could just keep it in there, but it would just be so awkward just to kind of fish around said craft paper. So I just find it much more easier just to take it completely out and throw it on the floor. Don't worry, I will clean it up afterwards. Okay, so the very first game does feel, there's that little tab right there. Yeah, it would feel like an old Nintendo cartridge. Once again, there's that cool paper that they use. Advertising window curtains, all sizes and colors. Wanted a family in the, I don't know what that says. It says a sensible, well-educated, steady woman. A thorough good cook. Meat, pastry, preserves. I wish I could read that a little bit easier. It's a little on the blurry side. Let's see what we got for the first game. We'll kind of move that just to the side so it does not block everything. The first game we have is Who Framed Roger Rabbit? I don't think I actually have this game, surprisingly enough. Comes to us from LJN, which some have commented are actually producers of games, not actually the developers. They kind of put their names on. They're the ones that circulate out the games. It's from 1989, LJN Toys Limited. 1987, Walt Disney Company, and Amblin Entertainment. Perfect. Spine, passable. It's a little on the worn side, but for the most part, pretty happy. I have to check my game collection. I don't think I have a Roger Rabbit. The next one we have actually feels like it's two games. Either that or somehow the game has broken in half over its course of transit. I hope that not be the case. One of the two games is Asteroids 64, actually to be exact. Asteroids Hyper 64. Come to us from Crave Entertainment, official Nintendo seal of quality. I don't think I've ever played this game. Still plagued by the fact that there's no spine labels anywhere on these. I'm sure I'm not the only one that suffers from this. Anybody collecting games in general. Nintendo, at least the Nintendo Entertainment System, had spines basically on everything. Then when it came to the 64 games, just decided, hey, you know what? We don't need the gamers to actually know what game they're pulling out. Let them just dump it all over the floor and fish around like they're in a scavenger hunt to try to find the game that they want to play. Sigh, Nintendo. I let out a sigh. Although, to go along with that, we have Armorines Project Swarm. Never heard of it. I actually have not played, of more games, I think, in my library. I've played less 64 games. When I bought a 64, I think I pretty much just played like Donkey Kong and No Mercy, of course, WCW NWO Revenge. Didn't really get too much into the 64 games in general. This feels interesting. This feels like a toy. It is actually Star Wars Luke Skywalker die-cast metal keychain. Looks like it's slightly faded. I'm assuming it's old. Let's have a look at the back. 1996, to be exact. There's R2-D2. Strange to actually see him worded like that. Luke Skywalker. C-3PO. That's comical. And Darth Vader. I don't know, maybe that's common. That just seems strange to me. R2-D2. C-3PO. Okay. I would have preferred more games myself, but then we do have some... Oh, actually, maybe I spoke too soon. There's more double games going on in here. First game being Stunt Racer, or Stunt Race. This is from... I'm trying to read that. It says something FX. I can't even read that. Slip something FX. It feels as if, or looks as if, it's sort of... Maybe it's from the same company that made Clay Fighters, which was a game I regularly rented. Ichabod Clay was my go-to guy. Next we have Rocky Rodent by IREM. Never heard of it again. Seems interesting. Maybe this was their new mascot. It's just as cool as Mario, they said to themselves. Some guy questioned it. He was quickly fired. He left the room. The next person said, it's just as cool as Mario. There was an applause and everybody ate their cucumber sandwiches. Rocky Rodent. No idea. I'll have to give that a try. Oh, there's something else in here too. For all the criticism I've made about that one Luke Skywalker thing, what's in here? It's just the bottom. Oh, okay. It's the bottom of a Super Nintendo cartridge. Wow, I can't remember the last time I've actually had one of these. Usually mine are just sitting out, just exposed to the wild. Looks nice. Have to hold on to that one. And we got one more, which feels like it's a box game. It does feel boxed in. And this one's got a gold seal. Let's break the gold seal, find out what game is inside. And once again, the Old School Crate delivers every other month, so if you subscribe to them, you won't be getting it every single month. So I feel like they kind of do make up for it by the fact that they give you more... It seems like more good games inside. Maybe this will not be one of them. It's PlayStation 2's Racing Italiano. And it feels like it's actually been on, a cheap case. The label looks like it's legit. Possibly. It does kind of look like. Maybe not. Let's give it the benefit of the doubt. Maybe it's not an applied label. I hope not, at least. It says DVD-ROM. It does look like it's legit. Too legit, even though the case looks questionable. Well, on the back it does say PlayStation 2, so okay, we'll go with that. Maybe they just, wherever they picked this up, they had to get the case. Maybe the case just... I probably won't play this game. Truly, authentic Italian experience, the first racing RPG. Yeah. This will likely sit somewhere on my shelf, never to be ever played again. But I guess for a library, it's a filler. It's a filler. We'll go with that. Let's have a look at all the games that we got inside this month's case. We got the PlayStation 2 game, Racing Italiano. Got a couple of Super Nintendo games. Looking forward to playing those. For some strange reason, Luke Skywalker keychain. Not sure what's going on there. We did get a couple of N64 games, Asteroids Hyper 64 and Our Marines Project Swarm. And then rocking the old NES, we had Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Overall, a total of 6 games. 5 of the 6 I likely will end up playing. 1 of the 6, not mentioning any names, but it's Italian, I probably will never ever play in my entire life. And it will be passed on to my next generation of young reviewers. They're going to still not play it. It's going to get passed on. It's going to go into a time capsule. And people in the future who ride around on hover shoes are going to question this Racing Italiano. And they'll never play it either. Even though it's in a time capsule, they'll never play it. If you guys are interested in subscribing to the Old School Crates, and keep in mind, Old School Crate delivers every other month, click that little link down below and subscribe today. That seems also like a segue that you'd want to be talking about the channel. Hey, that's a good idea. If you haven't subscribed yet to this channel, what are you waiting for? Hit that little subscribe button down below. And don't forget, viewers, that there's that little bell down below. Because YouTube's a little wonky lately. Sometimes people don't even know when new videos are going up online. That's because you don't turn that bell on. That wasn't there before. It's there now. I don't know why somebody came up with that idea. hit that little bell down below, turn on your notifications, and then you'll never miss a beat. You'll always know when new videos are coming onto this channel. As always, guys, thanks for watching. See you next time.